It was something that I saw in an online newspaper that made me think about it and reminded me of things that I've shared with clients, particularly around family. So this one's about family, and it's particularly good if you have younger family members. What do you do as a family to just keep that connectiveness and to develop this sense of us being together, not only just as a family because we were born, in the same group, but in terms of building relationship, in terms of building experience and experiences. Life's about experiences, really, and we tend to remember not necessarily what people say, but how what they said or did made us feel. So if you're looking for ways really to work with your family to just gel a lot more, one of the things that you could do is to create a list of things, or a bucket list if you want to call it that. Create a list of things that you would like to do as a family. So as a family, you might plan to go on trips together. There may be certain films that you want to see. There may be places that you wanted to go to when you were a kid, but you didn't get a chance. But now that you've got your children, your young people, because this, it could be any age group, you could think, well, let's plan that. Let's do things together. So my suggestion then for this Monday is, how about coming together as a family and talking this through and coming up with 10 or 20 things that you would like to do together, maybe over the next 10 years. So it could be over the next year, or it could be over the next 10 years. It help you to plan your future together, help to bring you together. And even if you've got really young children, they might only think about going to the park. I mean, that's fantastic, because they would have written something on the list that the family have agreed to do, a suggestion for them. So it's a way of bringing that commitment together as a family, whatever age group that you're looking at. And if everybody has a chance to think of something and write that down, and then everybody else has a comment about it. You don't all have to agree, but you could give an opinion. But the whole point is if everybody comes up with one or two things, then you're bound to think of something on that list that you would agree to, something on somebody. So if you've got a family of 4, and every person comes together with at least 2 things or more, then you're going to think of one thing that, child number 2 has come up with 2 things, so you choose one of those 2 things. So then you have a list that you can work through together. You have a really good list that you could plan, as I said, together. You can look forward to, you can tell other people about, and it's about gelling together. And if you renew that list every year or every couple of years, as you do things, you draw a line under those things or tick them off, and then draw up that list again. As the family grows together and moves together, you're actually building your future together. There's an expectation that even though some go off to university, some go off to work, some do things, you still have this list, this bucket list that you've agreed to work through together, which grows and moves with you. Then as people go away, have their own family, there'll still be a list where you do with the grandchildren and the grandparents and, the sisters and the brothers. And that could be a lifelong list that you work through together. So just something I was thinking of. I have shared this with many of my clients to try and help them to bring their, the teenagers back together as they go off and try and find themselves and find their world, their life. You can still use that as a way of coming back together. So I hope that tip works for you. And those who are watching me, I am on EAVA FM at the moment and sharing my tip for the week on EAVA. So if you're not an EAVA FM person, do join us, share this with other people, and I hope that that will help you to find ways to just bring your family together. Not just to talk about things that aren't working out, but to create good experiences and good things together. It could be holiday. It doesn't have to be holiday. It could be just going for a walk. We go, for a walk up Bradgate Park and places like that. But you could plan things in so that everybody knows when something's going to happen, and they also, most importantly, have an opportunity to add to that list. So that's the tip for this afternoon. And I've got some people joining me, so I want to say hi to Janice. Thanks for joining me. What have we got? Mina, thank you for joining me. Vina, thanks for joining me. Suzanne, thank you for joining me as well. Nirmala, great to have you as always. Nick, thanks for joining me. Great to see you. So there you go. So this is the tip, and actually those who follow my page, you've actually got 2 tips today. My usual Monday one, which I did earlier on, and that was around I was looking at forgiveness. So you can go and have a look at my face page. Sandra Pollock is my face page. I am doing this live on the radio as well, so that's why I'm having to say 2 different things. You can follow me on my face page, but there's also EAVA FM that I'm running the show from. So I'm going to say goodbye to those people on Facebook at the moment whilst I look to put another song on. But thank you all for joining me, and I will look forward to seeing you again soon. That's my Facebook people. So ta-ta for now. And those who